Whole sports all plays. 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 365, we making a place. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Sorry that I'm running a little bit late here. Look like I started on time anyway. Welcome to ASAP in the morning. I am your host, and all of us as hosts on here. We have Bishop, we have Trey. I'm gonna have Freddie pop in and out as usual. But good morning, fellas. What's going on with y'all?
What's good, Spotlight?
What's good? What's going on, Spotlight?
It's Friday. Let's get it. You know what it is. Hopefully you saw my little post in the.
I just literally saw it, man.
I know that would make you feel good this morning. I know that made you feel good.
It kind of made me feel good, but you know how I feel about Odell as a person, man.
Yeah.
It's all good. I don't know if everybody has the topics because I was not able to get them. See, I woke up a little bit late, and I was like, "Oh snaps! I gotta get up."
Coach,
what's up, Coach Dante?
What's going on, Coach?
What's good, y'all? Y'all doing, man? Another morning. Ready to get into it, man.
Yeah, as always, as we do in the morning on a Friday,
Trey, what about them Lakers last night, Trey? What about them Lakers last night?
No. I don't want to hear nothing. Bishop, how about them Jets?
Hey, Dante, I wanted to do it, but that's why we ain't seen. That's why we ain't seen Freddie.
How about them Jets, Bishop? Yeah.
Hey,
Mike
Josh Johnson.
If that quarterback would have came in earlier, it probably would have been a better game. Come on, they scored 30 points, and they scored 30 points on the Colts. Come on, man, with a third string
quarterback, Josh Johnson.
Come on,
Josh
man.
Johnson.
The journeyman.
He's 317 yards.
He tried all over the world to be a quarterback.
Journeyman Johnson.
317, three touchdowns.
Journeyman Johnson.
He could be a
Journeyman Johnson.
He made it. Hey, he was doing his thing.
We can start off with the Thursday night game because I mean, it wasn't looking too shaky for the Jets, man. It was looking shaky for them in the beginning. Once I saw Mike White throw that touchdown, I'm like, okay, we might have ourselves a game.
Right.
We might have ourselves a game, but it turned out that, I'm about to pull the stats up right now.
Yeah, he gets hurt.
I know Bishop does not like to talk about Carson Wentz stats, but I'm going to pull them up anyway. Just to get on Bishop's bad side. I'm going to get on Bishop's bad side this morning.
He's a bum. He's a straight bum. I can't stand this dude. He's a bum.
All right, so we're going to go to the box score a little bit and talk about this game as well. Mike White before he went out with a forearm injury, he was 7 of 11 for 95 yards and 1 touchdown. And then Josh Johnson came in, he was 27 of 41, 317, 3 touchdowns and an interception. He was sacked twice. But then you had Carson Wentz on the other side was 22 for 30, 272, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, Bishop.
We're talking about the Jets.
No, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Don't do it.
I don't want to hear that.
We're talking about the Jets.
I don't want to hear that. You wasn't saying that yesterday. You can pull back the tape.
Come on.
We
can't talk about it. It ain't like the Jets or somebody. It ain't like the Jets or somebody.
But I did say, I was close to. I did say Carson Wentz might throw 4 touchdowns. He threw 3.
You right. You did. You said that.
I was on point with that. But
somebody also said that Jonathan Taylor was gonna have a good game, and he almost had 20 yards.
He did. 19 carries, 172.
I said I like that guy.
Yeah, that was you.
Him, Naheem.
Yeah, that guy's legit. Jonathan Taylor.
They're their core is really, really good. Like I really like Nyheim Hines and Jonathan Taylor, but I just kind of mad that Marlon Mack is not getting any love either. That Marlon Mack has been there longer than both of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Marlon Mack, even though the Colts was not able to trade him, but damn, let him get in the game or something. Give him some love.
Yep.
Marlon
It's
Mack,
Carson
I even know he's
Wentz's
injury prone a little bit, but he's healthy this year.
It's Carson Wentz's fault.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go with the Carson Wentz.
He ain't sharing the love. He ain't sharing the love, man.
But one thing I can say about the Jets, though, they did compete. I thought it was gonna be, worse than what it was. 44. They only lost by 15 points. So
right.
But
we know some of them was garbage points because
it was garbage points.
Yeah,
but for the Jets, for the receiver, Elijah Moore definitely came out last night. 7 receptions, 84 yards, and 2 touchdowns. If you had him in your fantasy, he definitely did you do some due diligence there.
Yeah.
Keelan Cole, 5 receptions for 66 yards. And then that's basically it. Ty Johnson, Jeff Smith. You had different people. For the New York Jets, but for the Indianapolis Colts, you had Michael Pittman with 5 receptions, 64 yards, and a touchdown, which was kind of a questionable touchdown that we could get into. I don't know if y'all saw it.
The one over the middle.
The one over the middle that scored.
Yeah, I saw the one over the middle.
They claimed he made a football move. I don't know, Coach. I would like to hear your thoughts on that, but I personally didn't see a football move. I've coached youth football for years. I've been officiating for years.
Yeah.
I didn't personally see the football move. However, he did come down with the ball, or he came down with 2 feet, should I say?
Those are football moves.
It was that's not a football move.
That's a football move.
That is interpreted as a football move.
If you come down with 2 feet,
league opinion is, in the league, they're going to call it a
make a gesture
move.
to make a forward is a football move.
They're going to call it a football move because it's the NFL. That's how they made the rule at the end of the day. But all of us know damn well that wasn't a football move if we want to go off the record. If we don't look at the rule in itself, we know damn well that wasn't no football.
But if that's the case, then it'll be a lot more, receptions compared to incompletions with stuff like that.
Because normally,
because you have to have possession of the
ball all the way through.
The catch. That's where I'm going with it. Exactly, Coach.
But
possession. Yeah, go ahead. Trade my bad.
No, go ahead.
No, if he had possession, he didn't normally have to have possession all the way through. He had possession, but the ball was knocked out, so it's actually not a secure touchdown. You got to hold it all the way through. All the way through. He caught it and made 2 steps. Caught it all the way through, made 2 steps, but you have to maintain possession all the way through, and he didn't maintain possession. The defender knocked the ball loose, though.
Right.
Good morning, Doug. Good morning to you, man.
What up, Doug? What up, Doug?
Good morning, fellas.
What's good?
I think he's smiling today because from what I've heard this morning, we're going to talk about it too, how Saquon Barkley had a false positive test. We're going to talk about that.
What?
Yes, he had a false positive test. Now it's all about the ankle injury. Now it's all about the ankle injury if he's going to play or not. So we're going to get into that real soon.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that because
we could talk about how Odell Beckham Jr. officially has been released by the Cleveland Browns.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about it. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to talk about it. But how do you feel about the game last night with Thursday Night Football?
Well, I think I said, I think I said 41-10. I'm like,
you did say 41-10.
I said 41-10 at one point. I'm like, I think I 2 little points for the Colts there, and I mean the Jets got garbage points in the end. But I mean, I predicted exactly how I thought it was going to be. The Jets are garbage, and the Colts made them look like garbage last night.
So
especially
it's safe
the Jets.
To say, Doug, it's safe to say that Carson Wentz ain't that dude. It's just the fact that the Jets suck. It's safe to say that,
Jets,
right?
The Jets are terrible. I mean, especially on the road.
Thank you, Thank you, Doug. I just wanted to make sure Spotlight
he
just go here and was like, what about you know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure. I don't want to give Carson Wentz too much
Bishop is just mad that Carson Wentz just played well last night. Carson Wentz didn't throw a pick last night, so you can't say nothing about that.
He did.
He
was phenomenal for my fantasy team. He put up a ton of points for my fantasy team. So
you got Carson Wentz as your fantasy quarterback?
I have him
why not play him? Why not play him against the Jets?
Well,
No,
I have him
period,
because
just having him. Period, though. I'm saying
I have him because Russell Wilson got hurt.
Oh,
and he's been. But I mean, hey, he's been putting up all these points. I might as well keep him.
facts.
Yeah, you might as well.
I mean, yeah, facts. There's a lot of other people out there doing worse. There's people out there got Trevor Lawrence. There's people out
That's
there.
That's my backup. That's actually my backup. Because,
Oh Lord. No way. Not
My
Trevor
bad,
Lawrence.
Doug. My bad, Doug.
Come on, Doug. You can find. I know you can find a better backup than Trevor
Yeah,
Lawrence.
Doug, you could have picked up anybody. Hey, what y'all talking about?
I would have took Taylor
Jeremy
Heineke.
Johnson.
I would have took Taylor Heineke. I'm not going to even lie. I would take Taylor Heineke over Trevor Lawrence.
No, Taylor Heineke not even that bad. Taylor Heineke not even all that bad.
He's really not.
He's not.
It's just his defense is not holding up the defense is not holding up the bargain for him. That's the only problem. Surprisingly, at that.
I think Joe Flacco is like the only one available I could have gotten.
Oh, okay. Stick with Trevor Lawrence then. If it's Joe Flacco available, just stick with Trevor Lawrence. I'm just saying. You might as well just do it.
I mean, Josh Johnson got to play last night over Joe Flacco.
And Sam Ellinger.
311 yards. He threw for 41 times last night. So.
And 317 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Phew.
So it's a reason. It's definitely a reason. It's definitely a reason why Josh Johnson continues to end up on people's rosters. Yeah, he has some promise. It's just he hasn't gotten an opportunity or a chance. Like they said, I seen where he's been on 11 teams in his career, and and some of them are the usual suspects. Like I know my 49ers has picked him up about 3 or 4 times. Like
the Giants had him twice.
Yeah, so he's a quarterback that has some promise. He just doesn't get his shine. He doesn't get an opportunity.
So why do y'all feel like he doesn't get his time? Why do y'all feel he's been on so many teams and hasn't had the opportunity to get a starting position with 11 different teams?
I think he's better. He's a better backup than he is a better reliever than he is a backup. Kind of like that mold in which I think Jeff Garcia took on at some point in his career.
I remember Jeff Garcia was like that.
Geno Smith Jr.
Not
Geno Smith Jr.
Not Geno Smith. I wouldn't call him Geno Smith. He might be a little better than Geno Smith, but yeah, he's a definitely, like I said, journeyman Johnson. But he can do the job. I guess he's more of a place filler than anything.
He's a mentor who's been all over the league, and he can help your team. He's been through it all. He's seen it all. He can help any quarterback out there. I mean, he gets the reps in practice, and after holding a clipboard and a headset for 13 years, and he's occasionally played. He plays in preseason because you got to show the coaches why you deserve a job. And I mean, hey, he got to show that he still has a little bit left in the tank, and he'll at least have a job, and until he decides to retire. Because 300 yards. Those stats are what they are, and he was able to prove that he did it against an NFL defense, even in garbage time, even against granted the Colts aren't the Los Angeles Rams. He still got it done.
But then my thing is, you think about that. You think about that, and you say, okay, you got Josh Johnson, who is the journeyman, who has been on 11 different teams, been in the league all these years. But then you got a person like Cam Newton, who's a free agent.
That tells you about Cam Newton's character and how much he's a distraction in the locker room.
Yep.
It says something. It says something.
He also
he doesn't want to be a doesn't want to be a backup.
He doesn't want to be a backup, and that's the problem.
Well, apparently Mac Jones was teaching Cam Newton the playbook during the summer. So I don't know if it's Cam wasn't taking the playbook seriously. He just didn't get it. But I thought Cam Newton going to the Seahawks when Geno Smith was throwing interceptions and fumbling made sense, and yet Cam Newton still remains unsigned with all these starting. They didn't. The Saints didn't even want him, and
exactly.
Jameis Winston went down with the torn ACL.
No,
I mean, that showed-
Doug. What really got me was the fact that when what's his name? Was it Heineke went down and his old coach didn't get him in Washington.
Ron
That
Rivera,
right
yeah.
there,
Wow.
when Rivera didn't get
That
him,
just
I knew
that
something
just
was wrong.
shows.
Yeah,
when
something
your old
was
coach,
wrong. Your
yeah,
old
when
coach
your old
don't
coach
even
doesn't-
come. Your old coach don't
Yeah.
even lobby for you. That's a
Yeah.
problem. Something is wrong. Your old coach don't even get you.
Yep. I mean, he doesn't want to be a backup. He doesn't want to be a backup. Like me and Coach Spotlight always say, he just doesn't want to go to a different role. He's not settling anything, nothing but a start. If he's not going to start, he's not going to be playing. He's not going to play. That's got his mind. That's already made up. He will be. I guarantee you, if someone call him in that need a quarterback for a backup role, and he was able to accept that role, he will have a job. But just because he doesn't want to be a backup at all, at no point in his career, he thinks he's still a starter. That's why he's not going to get a job this season. And anyway, I mean, the Jets defense it's just not a good defense. What could I say? It's just not a good defense. It's just not a good defense at all. I don't believe the coach punted in this game at all. 45 points. God damn. It just said a lot of. I thought this coach
didn't bring him in because he wasn't
that used to coach for the San
vaccinated.
Francisco.
That's the public knowledge for Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the Thursday night.
Coach was a good defensive coach.
Yeah, I mean, what my problem with Cam Newton is that he just needs to humble himself. He needs to humble himself. I understand that you're a Super Bowl. You went to the Super Bowl. You went there. You're a former MVP quarterback. We all know those accolades that you had when you came into the league. But now your career is going on a spiral. You need to humble yourself and get on an NFL team. If you don't want to do that, create a podcast or go in the broadcasting booth. It's one or the other.
He has a YouTube show. He has a show where he smokes cigars and talks to different people and stuff. He has a show already.
Well, he needs to be with the rest of them with Brandon Marshall and Ocho Cinco. I Am an Athlete podcast. Go over there with them.
Yeah, that's a good podcast.
That's a good podcast. So go over there with them. If you're not playing football, talk with them. Tell them how you feel about this.
Oh, he's been on there. He's been on there a couple of times.
Yeah, he's been on there. But he need to be on there now. I need to know where his head is at now. So NFL teams can be like, okay, this guy might change. We don't know. We don't know at this moment. So breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news is happening. Bishop already put me on to it. It's happening. Odell Beckham is headed to the waiver wire when it comes to him being released by the Cleveland Browns. Now, we all knew we seen this coming. We all knew that Odell Beckham was not happy in Cleveland. Bishop already told me he might be he might be with the Raiders. Listen, I understand. If we get him right now, we're desperate for a wide receiver. I understand we board up a wide receiver for the practice squad, which is Dylan Stoner. He's a rookie, but still, if we get him, we get him. If we don't, we don't. I just don't want the head case. I've been through too much drama this year to have Odell come in and cry like a little baby in the crib with a sippy cup. I just don't want that. But if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. So now how it works is once you release, you go on the vet waiver wire. What team out there could go out and get a module? Raiders is 25th in the waiver wire. The Lions are number 1 in the waiver. I know damn well he ain't going to no Lions.
No,
so
stop it.
Team,
stop
it,
Trey.
What team
Stop
Odell
it,
Beckham
Trey.
will be going to after he clears waivers or somebody claims him?
Stop it, Trey. Don't you do it. Don't you. Mute his mic. Don't you do it.
Go ahead, Coach. So after you say,
a couple things that I think that Odell,
I can caveat.
All right. I got a couple teams that I think Odell Beckham may end up can go into. Like I say, like Coach Spotlight said, it could happen with the Raiders, but
too far down the wire.
It really shouldn't happen because again, he's a head case in the locker room. Again, if he's not getting the ball or if he's open, he's not getting it, you're gonna hear it from him. It's just his character issues, and he's just mentally and physically, he kind of will check himself out. He kind of will check himself out in a game, in a type of game. But the New Orleans Saints would be they can use a receiver since Michael Thomas has declared himself out. They can use a receiver, and I wouldn't mind if the Patriots as well. Patriots can kind of use a receiver as well over there. So them 3 spots I think he can end up at.
Now, before you say that, now I want to piggyback on what you said about the Saints. You know, the Saints is negative in the dead cap hit right now. They can't sign nobody. That's the only problem with the Saints. They're going to have to get rid of some players to get back in the positive when it comes to the salary cap. They're in a negative for this year and next year. So so I don't see. I would love to see that because of Michael Thomas part.
Right.
But on the business side, when it comes to a salary cap, the Saints can't afford it.
Stop it, Daniel.
They're like 58 million in dead cap.
He would not go back to New York.
That's the troll Damien for you. But
I don't think he'll go back to New
go
York.
ahead, Trey. Who you think Odell's gonna go to? I know you want what you about to say now.
Of course. So this is the reality of it all, right? So it comes down to a couple of things. One thing which Coach Spotlight just basically said is that they have to be able to afford him. Now, it's not too many teams that can afford him. Like we have the well wishes and stuff like that. Well, actually, no, because the Cleveland has restructured. Evidently, like Doug said, if Cleveland released him, then they've already restricted his contract to where now is going where I think some of the stipulation which I seen read on ESPN and the Bleacher Report is that he has, just in case he doesn't get picked up off the waiver wires, that they have less of a commitment to him that less financially. So with that being said, we say the waiver wire. All these things that which we talk about, we have to take in consideration where they are on the waiver wire. At the end of the day, from what I've been reading, we had the Seattle Seahawks, the Saints, of course, Green Bay came up as one, and the 49ers. And all those names, only one of those sits above the rest if they actually wanted him, and that's the San Francisco 49ers. They have the worst record, so they're going to have first crack at him. So so all the other stuff doesn't make a difference until he clears waivers. So currently, if it holds true that 49ers, the Seahawks, and all of them want him, they have first crack at him because they're the waiver wire order. So that's my thing. I like to see him in the red and gold. Why not, guy?
I'm just saying, man. I'm like this, right? I understand what you're saying, Trey, and it's possible he could go there. He could go there. I definitely could see him going to. I didn't know the thing in which Spotlight just talked about in regards to the Saints salary cap, because we all know Odell would love to go back to to Louisiana, where he came out of LSU, of course. So I'm sure he wouldn't mind going back there, especially because of Michael Thomas situation. However, just to say on some other stuff in regards to Doug, I'm just joking. He could actually possibly go back to the Giants. He could go to the Giants because that actually wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know how they parted with Odell in regards. I mean, that was a few years ago. I don't know if it was some bad blood between them or not.
There was.
But, okay, so the possibility might be slim. But with that rookie quarterback and Odell, because that's what Odell needs. He needs somebody who's new to the system, who's trying to build himself within the organization, and he has a target as a number one receiver. And actually, the Giants have that. You know what I'm saying? Where the Saints really don't have that. I mean, Taysom, I can't see him, and until Jameson comes back, that's not really it right there in New Orleans.
And Jameson's done for the year, so
right,
it's going to be tough for OBJ.
Yeah, so exactly. So I'm saying, and I don't see Taysom being that dude to be able to get that ball to him like that.
He's a run-first quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. So, but the Giants is not a bad spot. I do agree with Coach in regards to New England, because again, you're a rookie quarterback again. And you get that tandem together, that could be Randy Moss 3.0 or something. You know what I'm saying? 2.0 out there. You know, when Randy went there with Tom Brady.
What you call it could be a very good, interesting tool for Odell. Green Bay on side of Devontae Adams with Aaron Rodgers, with Aaron Jones. That is interesting since they're on the list. That is a very interesting tandem right there alone. Maybe that convinces Devontae Adams that he may could stay if he get a secondary receiver right there, because that's one thing the Packers are missing is a number 2 popular receiver.
But let me
That's
tell
probably
you
the
this:
only
this
thing
another
they
team
actually
I feel
miss.
like, and we talked about this yesterday, which could probably help this team drastically, especially on the offensive side. Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence, if he was to get a number 1 receiver like Odell Beckham,
I don't think he's. I don't see him with a playoff. I don't see him with a 1-7 Jacksonville squad. I can't see him over there. Not in
No,
the
It's
losing
a lot of
ain't
teams
gonna
that
help
y'all
him this
missing
year.
out that I'm going to say. It's a
Yeah.
lot of teams that y'all missing out that I'm going to say.
it's not gonna help him out. It ain't gonna help Jacksonville out this year. No, I'm not saying that. So are y'all? So is the panel saying that Odell needs to go to a team who has a playoff contention this year? Is that what y'all saying?
Yes, he has to play for a
Yes,
contract.
because you don't want him disgruntled. He's gonna definitely be disgruntled going in any other organization that's not a winning organization. He's gonna be disgruntled, and that's gonna piss him off even more and make him check out. You don't want to put him in that situation. And then
But
if
the
you're
thing about it is
rebuilding,
too, if he
then
does
that's
clear
not the
waivers,
player you
how
wanna
much is he
want.
asking for too? That's a
Yes.
big
But see, I
question.
don't think Odell Beckham Jr. is money hungry like that. I don't think he's a money cow. I don't think he's that guy who's looking for money. I think he's looking for more of trying to solidify himself as a great wide receiver, and he wants to get a ring. I
just got to see his asking price if he clears waivers, because that's my only nerve thing with him.
Right.
Now, there's a few teams out there that could probably get him on a probably a bare minimum or probably a 1 or 2 year deal. It's a few teams, and then me personally I don't know how the Rams are doing it, because if you turn a contract like Von Miller into not even $1 million, you could go out and get Odell Beckham on a bare minimum right now.
And they just released Deshaun Jackson. And
they just released Deshaun Jackson too.
Yeah.
Listen,
yeah,
I wouldn't mind the Rams would be in there if he clears waivers. Honestly, the Buffalo Bills, if they go out and get him too, they got the money to go out and get him on a 1-2 year deal. Buffalo Bills is one of those guys, one of those teams that can have a Stephon Diggs and Odell.
Yeah,
you tell me that's not set up for Josh Allen.
Yeah,
come on now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Then you already got Cole Beasley too. You got Cole Beasley, one of the best.
Exactly. You just don't have that number 2. They just Diggs is the number 1. We know that. Then you got Nelson Dox as a tight end. That's just another weapon you add for Josh Allen. Understand Las Vegas is a good spot for him because he really become a number 1 with Las Vegas. The question with Las Vegas is, do we want if he's going to come in with the drama? Is he going to ask for an asking price? But think about it. If he asks for a high asking price in Las Vegas, there's no tax there. So he gets all of that if he does come to Vegas. So and then we just restructured Jalen Richard's contract, which was $4.5 million, to that open up more cap space if they want to go get Odell. I'm just throwing it out there because Vegas is one of the other teams. And I can't lie with Trey, the 49ers, I have to agree with him here. The 49ers is so depleted on defense, but at the same time, they need help on the offensive side of the ball too. Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk Deebo Samuel right now is the guy, but you need somebody.
It's the main target
outside of him. Odell with Trey Lance or Jimmy Garoppolo. I like that. I think.
What about this team too? What about the Steelers?
It's just the problem with Big Ben.
But this is the thing. Now you got
an offensive line for him to throw it to Odell.
But see, this is the thing. You got Claypool on one side, you got Odell on the other. I just feel like that could be a tandem that could possibly work out there in Pittsburgh too, to kind of get them over the hump as well.
So for first and foremost, if Odell was, let's say he was to go to Pittsburgh, Claypool goes to the third option. Deontay Johnson is the first Johnson.
Would be the first option.
Yeah.
Yep. Or down year this year due to the fact that the Steelers have been struggling on offense all year, even with a good Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
So it's so many. You can't say he's going to be able to get Odell Beckham the ball either.
You don't think so?
Odell Beckham the ball because he couldn't get Antonio Brown the ball.
How you feel about Bishop saying he might be coming back to New York?
I mean, we have so many receivers hurt. I mean,
exactly.
I mean, I never wanted to trade him to begin with. I mean, he got traded because him and the current general manager basically had a massive rift behind the scenes, and he literally got traded 9 months after he got that 5-year extension. And I mean, the fan base didn't want to trade him, but I mean, he had too many of the things that happened off the field, and he got too much of a distraction. But so here's the thing: if you claim Odell Beckham, you inherit the rest of the 5-year, $90 million deal. So right now, he's on hook for $14 million, the remainder of it. There's only a few teams right now with their salary cap space who could take on that contract, which
but that's
is actually
claiming off if they get him off waivers, correct?
If you claim him off waivers, you get his contract. Right. So right now it would be the Jaguars, the Eagles, and the Broncos who could perfectly take his contract and still have him. Now, if he goes unclaimed, the Browns basically have to pay him the remainder, and he could sign for the bare minimum. He's already paid. He basically can choose his next team. Now, basically, if he wanted to sign for $800,000, he could. Now, I mean, doesn't mean he has to. It's just
that sounds like a Ram asking price right there. That's what it sounds like.
It's basically. I mean, even the Saints who have $998,000 left in salary cap space, according to overthecap.com. I mean, he could sign wherever he wants for the league minimum. It's a matter of where he wants to play. So, I mean, everybody has cap space. It's a matter of just where he wants to go. And because no team traded for him, now granted, Cleveland basically held him hostage because they asked for too much. But I have a funny feeling he's not getting claimed because I don't think teams want to pay him the remainder of that 5-year, $90 million deal because you have to pay him $14 million this year, next year, and the year after that.
That means he will clear waivers by Monday. Then, if that's the case,
I think he's going to clear waivers. Nobody's going to pick him up in the next 48 hours, and then he'll become a free agent, and then he can sign wherever like Deshaun Jackson, except he's $12 million more. So I think Odell will go unclaimed, and he can pick his next team.
And just FYI that Deshaun Jackson did clear waivers, so he is strictly a free agent at this moment.
He's a free agent now. Yep, he is a free agent. He can sign wherever he wants. And
if it ain't Odell,
go to the Raiders. Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, the Raiders have $3.4 million in salary cap space. So I mean, if they want to sign one of those two guys for league minimum, they can.
Sure can. So it's a lot of places where he could. It's a lot of places, but when you said the donkeys, oh hell, I do not want to see him in that ugly behind orange. Them 3 lucky donkeys are trash. Absolutely not. As a Raider,
all he would be substituting is brown and blue, because he was already in orange.
I mean, he won't go to Denver. I'm just saying they have $15 million in salary cap space. I mean, they have the space to inherit Odell's contract, but it doesn't make sense.
Just stick with Jerry Jeudy, Denver Broncos. That's what you draft him for. Don't bring Odell back to my division. If he ain't coming to the Raiders, he don't come to this division. The Chiefs, you better not go after him either, because y'all don't need anything on offense. Y'all just need a damn defense. So Chargers, y'all don't need him. Y'all got Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Jared Cook.
What about the Ravens?
Yeah, see, I wouldn't mind the Ravens because we already beat them. That's cool. I mind. Take him.
What about the Ravens? Yeah.
Take him. He's not,
him and Hollywood Brown.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I would like that. Because that definitely takes away from double teaming Hollywood Brown so much. I like to see him in that black and purple. And I think that might be fire for Odell. With Lamar Jackson? Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, man. So we're going to get into we will strictly stay in the NFL. We're going to go through this is week 9, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, sure.
So, it is breaking news that just came out again, according to ESPN.com. It says Browns EVP of Football Operations and General Manager Andrew Berry announces that the Browns will release Odell Beckham. He said, "We appreciate all his efforts and contributions while in Cleveland, but we just have reached to a point where it's best for us to move forward as a team without Odell, and we're finalizing the process and grant Odell his release, and we wish him well, and he continues on his career." That's what they that was the statement that they just came out with. Technically, politically correct type of statement when it comes to an organization.
Yeah.
So we want to go into week 9 picks since we already did Thursday night football. Speaking of the Cleveland Browns, Cleveland is going into Cincinnati against the Cincinnati Bengals. It's a 1:00 game. They'll be in Paul Brown Stadium. How y'all feel about this game, knowing that Odell won't be there? Baker Mayfield don't know what's going to happen with him with his arm. And do Cincinnati needs a bounce back game since the debacle in MetLife? Who are y'all taking in this game?
Yep.
Coach,
I'm taking Cincinnati. I'm taking Cincinnati in this game. I'm expecting them this game to have a bounce back after the debacle and the shit shell they gave up against the New York Jets to a backup quarterback, White. I think Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase will get back a little bit. They need to get him back involved in the game more. Tyler Boyd needs more touches. The offensive line has not been great. It's just been holding up enough. Defense is very competitive. Just too much going on with Cleveland right now for me just to going out for me to pick them. Landry, I think they getting him right back, but he's gonna take him some time to get back because he just came off the injured reserve list. Baker Mayfield was playing on a torn labrum, I believe. But that's been hurt since week 2 against the Texans, and their defense has not been as good as everybody thought. I think their defensive line was pretty well, but their defense have not been as good as everybody thought. I'm going to take Cincinnati in this game, man. I'm going to take Cincinnati. I think they're due for a bounce back.
I got to agree with Coach, man. I feel like Cincinnati is definitely. I feel like with Odell being released today, it's just too many distractions out in Cleveland right now, and I feel like Cincinnati's just like y'all said that meltdown in MetLife is still unbelievable that they allowed that to take place. So I'm feeling like, Joe Burrow and all of them are going to come into this game with more of a drive to want to get this win. This is definitely a rivalry game between the Browns and the Bengals. So I'm sure Joe Burrow wants to go out and show, that the game last week was a fluke, that in MetLife, they didn't show up, and they're going to show that they should have showed up and that they're going to come out and punch the Browns in the mouth this weekend. So I'm taking the Bengals as well.
I'm going with Coach and Sean basically, or rocking with the Bengals. As they stated that the Cleveland basically has a tumultuous situation going on that can pull away from and cause it to be a little bit cumbersome for them when they hit the field. I believe Cincinnati is going to bounce back from their debacle, and they're going to make a showing of it and take advantage of what's going on in Cleveland and what has their distraction.
Yeah, I guess it's the majority. Cincinnati isn't, they're a good team this year. Cleveland is a mess, and the Odell situation just made things worse for them. They're barely 500, and this is the game where they get put under 500. And as good as Cleveland was last year, making the playoffs, winning playoff games, they're trending the other way this year. They're not looking like they're going to be a playoff team this year. Cincinnati looks like they are going to be a legit playoff contender, at least try to win, the division. Since Cincinnati should and probably will win this game. They got their faces rubbed in it last week by the Jets. They're back at home. They always say it's, have some good home cooking, and what's better way for some home cooking than Joe Burrow probably tossing a good 2 or 3 touchdown passes to Jamar Chase and probably embarrassing the Browns in this game. So I don't see Cincinnati losing in this game given the circumstances.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a bounce back game for the Cincinnati Bengals. They're at home. Jamar Chase is one of the best rookie receivers in this league, probably one offensive rookie of the year when it comes to that stat in itself. But the Bengals, they just have too many distractions. They have too many distractions with the Odell situation and Baker Mayfield being hurt. And then, Chubb is not 100%. Hunt is still on IR.
Yep.
So even though their running game has not been really effective as what I thought it would be. So I'm definitely taking the Cincinnati Bengals here. Even though it's a division game, you just never know with division games. I wouldn't say it'd be a blowout, but Bengals is definitely going to win this game. So next 1 o'clock game that we have on here is the Denver Broncos going into Dallas against the Dallas Cowboys. And this is my thing. Is it me or anybody see that Dallas Cowboys have more home games than anybody in the NFL? Am I not mistaken here? Every time I turn, nothing against the Cowboys, but I'll be damned. When do they ever go on the road? That's why we call them the America's team, because these guys is always home. Like, damn, at least give the Raiders or somebody a first shot to be home. My team got to be home and then travel across country the next damn week. We don't have back-to-back home games. These guys have like 6 back-to-back home games since the Buccaneers game. My God. But Denver Broncos, no Von Miller, traded to the Rams. Cowboys is, 6-1 as of right now. Broncos is 4-4.
Yep.
Dallas is riding high.
Like he's going to be coming back this week. That's what it looks like. Dak. Dak like he's coming back this week.
Is Bridgewater playing?
Yeah, Bridgewater's playing. I think Bridgewater's playing. Nate would know because Nate is a Broncos fan. So, who y'all got in this game? Because I don't pick anybody in my division to win. So I'm taking the Cowboys here. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not even going to break it down. I don't take anybody in my division. Forget the 3-legged donkeys. Cowboys
I'm going to be honest with you, man. I hate the Cowboys, but they're going to win this game. They're going to win this game. Again, they lost the Broncos lost Von Miller. The Cowboys are riding high right now. That offense is so high power right now. They're hitting on all cylinders. Dak is playing. With that, he's back. So that hamstring or that calf injury that they were concerned about doesn't look like it's a concern anymore. So it's about whether or not they'll be able to feed Zeke this weekend. We already know what he can do, what Dak could do with the receivers out there with Westbrook and Cooper. And like, man, I'm telling you, then that defense, they know they're not a slouch either, man. They're not, they're not. They're going to do what they need to do at home, and they're playing in Wally or in Jerry's World. So yeah, I'm going
Jerry
with the
World.
Cowboys. Yeah, I'm going to Jerry's World. I'm going with the Cowboys.
I'm taking the Cowboys. Just too many weapons for Denver to stop, man. I mean, you got Zeke Elliott running and wearing that defensive line down. Then you got no Von Miller. Chubb is not gonna be able to do it by himself. You got Pollard to come along with it, who can run between the tackles and also play as a receiver. CeeDee Lamb, they're gonna let Joey Gallo walk next year because that's what you get CeeDee Lamb for. He's been an absolute monster this whole year. Mari Cooper made some big catches, including the one against Minnesota that he made. The defense is pretty decent. They've been solid. You got Jarwin, you got Swing. The tight ends has been pretty productive with Dak Prescott. The offense is just too high-powered. Denver got, on the other hand, you got some good receivers. You got Courtland Sutton, Jared Jeudy just coming back, Hamler just coming back. But I just don't think they will be able to compete with the Dallas Cowboys offense. I don't think they damn sure not going to be able to get in the shootout with them. They're not going to definitely win that shootout. So I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to take the hottest team pretty much in the league. I'm going to just take Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. It's just too many weapons for Denver just to try to pick up one. And I don't believe Denver. They got the offense. They got the players. I just don't think they're going to win a shootout. And I don't think they'll really score that much because Dallas got some capable defenders on the other side of the ball. So I'm taking Dallas in this game.
I'm looking at it like I don't know if it's fortunate or not. Agreeing with Sean and Coach again, today. So, but like
Yeah.
just like Coach was just saying, it's just basically it's going to be a little. It seems going to be a little overwhelming for the Denver defense. Of course, they were pretty productive last week, but this week they're without Von Miller, so that's going to be definitely a game changer for them. Of course, you have Teddy Bridgewater, who did pretty good last week. He has Jerry Jeudy coming back, but I think that Dallas defense is going to be a little more potent than what they faced last week, in all, it points to Dallas continue to click on all cylinders and get another win to go to 7-1.
Yep.
The Dallas Cowboys at home, they've scored
Like
41
always.
points, 36 points, and 44 points. I mean, at home they score. I mean, even on the road, they got 35 against the Patriots, and they got 20 last week against the Vikings. But I mean, at home against the Broncos without Von Miller, I mean, this just has the recipe for being like a 37-19 game for the Cowboys. I mean, they've won 6 straight. And they're gonna win another game. They're gonna win against the Broncos just because they don't have enough firepower on defense to stop that loaded offense. And I mean, I hate the Cowboys, but you have to respect and you have to recognize what they have on there. They have the weapons out there, and if Dak is playing, give him credit. He's bounced back from all these injuries, and he's got that Cowboy team, ready to win the division, and they're gonna cakewalk to the division, and they're gonna go 7-1. I mean, then I'm sorry, Nate. I know this pains you, but yeah, they're not gonna win. Denver's not
too
gonna
many weapons, Nate.
There's
Just
too
many weapons that y'all got.
in Dallas.
Too much
minus
firepower.
Von Miller.
I mean,
too much.
Yeah. Denver got
Right.
firepower, but Dallas has a little bit too much.
Yeah, for that defense, I definitely agree. Especially they kind of depleted on defense as well, and I don't think the Broncos have been on the bye week at all so far. So they're struggling when it comes to that. It just came out not too long ago, the waiver wire order. I'm just going to say the top 10 teams in the waiver wire order for OBJ: Detroit, Miami, Houston, Jacksonville, Jets, Giants, Washington Football Team, Eagles, Seattle, Chicago.
Seattle.
I was going to say Chicago too. I was going to say Chicago because of the fact, again, another rookie quarterback that's only going to help. That's only going to help Justin Fields. I was going to say Chicago too.
And right behind them was just Atlanta, San Fran, Minnesota, Colts, Patriots, Denver, Cleveland, KC, Carolina, Chargers, Pittsburgh. That's the top 21. My Raiders already down 26. We have no damn chance. Green Bay is 28. They don't have no damn chance. Yeah, Freddie, I've said it. They don't have no damn chance. But I just wanted to throw that waiver wire out there because it came up across my screen for Odell Beckham Jr. But we won't get into the next 1 o'clock game. Is the Houston Texans, Coach Dante, going up against the Miami Dolphins, the two teams that's 1-7. Who is going to get their second win of the year? The Texans or the Dolphins?
Dante, what is going to be?
Since Tyrod Taylor come back, and I feel hella good because he's coming back, I'm going to go with my Texans. But, again, the defense has not played bad. If your team is only scoring 3 points, 5 points, wait till the garbage time to score last week against the Rams because they took their foot off the gas, then how much do you put that actually on defense? If they're getting back on and off the field, they're getting stops. They're getting to the quarterback. They can get to the quarterback. They nicked up Kyler Murray pretty much. They nicked up Baker Mayfield. That's why he has the torn labrum. But the defense has been competitive. It just Davis Mills couldn't move us past the 50-yard goddamn yard line. Tyrod Taylor was in. Offense was Tyrod Taylor was in. Nobody had no idea how to actually stop the running game. The running game performed better. The receivers was performed better just because Tyrod Taylor's ability to move about the pocket and kind of be a game manager, but be accurate. Brandon Cooks was a way better receiver before Tyrod Taylor got hurt when he was on the field. Right now, I expected the Dolphins to be a way better team. I didn't expect them to be 7-1. Will Fuller hamstrings can't stay healthy. I mean, Jalen Waddle, I hasn't seen him break out yet. They do have a capable running back in Gaskin. The offensive line is just not good at all. I don't think Miami won't Tua it out, and I don't think Tua wants to be that any too longer because they tried to trade him. Defense, they got the weapons. They have the defensive firepower. I'm just thinking the coaching has been left offensive line. But like I say, it's just a mess in Miami. So since Tyrod Taylor come back, I think the Texans got a little bit of an edge in this defense. Have over 13 turnovers, way more than they had last year. I'm gonna just go with my Houston Texans just because of the quarterback scenario has changed, and Tyrod Taylor's give us a better chance to win most of these games.
I think this is a no-brainer for me. I'm taking the Houston Texans. Now that you said that Tyrod Taylor is coming back, it's enough said. Miami Dolphins, they went from being 10-6 last year to being one of the most disappointing teams in the NFL so far. And even with Tua, I feel like they didn't do nothing to get him a damn offensive line. That guy's running for his life like he running for the cops every single damn day.
Yep.
I just don't understand it. I'm sorry. I just got to throw it out there because, like, I feel bad for Tua because even though he came back off the hip injury that he had in Alabama, then he got drafted to the Dolphins, to a team that really couldn't put nothing around him. You bring in Jalen Waddle the next year, but you don't put an offensive line around him. So how you expect that man to win if nobody can block for him? So yeah, this is I'm taking the Texans by 10.
Mm-hmm. Is there a quarterback in the league more like unlucky and kind of like underappreciated than Tyrod Taylor? I mean, think about all the starting jobs that guy has won. I mean, he's been a starter in Buffalo. He's been a starter with the Browns. He was a starter with the Chargers, and he was a starter with the Texans. And because of injuries and doctors apparently not knowing what they're doing, he's been the guy who's provided for others to be the starting quarterback. And I mean, he's going to finally be healthy and play. And the Dolphins are just a big of a mess too. I mean, and unfortunate for the Dolphins, they keep losing. The Philadelphia Eagles get their draft pick. And so,
that'd be
four
first round picks, actually.
Yeah. They have three. They have three first round draft picks. It's crazy how
we better make them picks right, or he's out of here.
You have to. I mean, if Jalen Hurts is your guy, then you got to build around him. And you got 3 first rounders. I mean, because you have the Colts first round pick too, and then you have your own. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you have to build around. If Jalen Hurts is your guy, you have to build around him. So, yeah, I think the Texans should get this win. I mean, you're talking about 2 1-7 teams. I mean, we're talking about a toilet bowl game here. Right. But at the same time, But at the same time, I mean, you're trying to avoid. I guess it's who's the worst of who's better of a bad situation. Probably Houston.
Right. Each fans will be in the stands with brown paper bags over their head. Both teams will.
I'm going with the Texans because I feel like the Texans are a better team with Tyrod Taylor in the helm or behind the center. As we saw, before Tyrod Taylor went down, the Texans weren't looking bad at all with Tyrod Taylor, QBing that offense. So I'm definitely going to go with the Texans. I do agree with Coach in regards to Tua. I don't see Tua being in Miami too much longer, man. I really don't. Tua, it's just not a fit, man. It's almost like the OBJ situation. It's just not a fit for Tua out there in Miami. He's just not that dude to take Miami where they want to go. And so I definitely like Doug said, 2 1-7 teams is definitely the toilet bowl. So it's about seeing who's going working for that outside of Detroit, who's working to get that second round or that second pick in the draft between these two teams and stuff like that. So yeah, I got to go with the Texans. The defense for the Texans look better. Like Coach said, they definitely not playing bad. They just had some bad cues here and there to get those teams to actually beat them in some close games. So with that, I got to go with Houston, man, and Tyrod.
So I had the Texans with their defense alone prior to knowing that Tyrod Taylor was going to be playing. Just like Doug was saying, Tyrod is just one of those players who has consistently been on the team, been a starter for a team, been expected to elevate the team, and then here comes an injury one way or another for his entire career. But like you said, Tua, it's just not working out for him in Miami. I didn't think Tua was the answer or that great of a quarterback to begin with, coming out of Alabama. So he just happened to go to a situation to where the greatness of Alabama or whatever Alabama has going on has pulled the veil over the eyes, and someone was willing to take him. So now you're left with him being in Miami with no real weapons and a dismal situation. 1-7, as we all said, a toilet bowl game, just to sit up and get someone to 2-7, another one to 1-8. So it's the Texans on this one.
So that's going to be a clean sweep with that game. But that's going to be the toilet bowl of the week is what we're going to call that.
Yeah,
toilet bowl of the week.
TBOW. Tebow.
Yeah. I was not expecting that at all. So we have the NFC South matchup coming up. We have the 3-4 Atlanta Falcons going into New Orleans against the 5-2 New Orleans Saints. Now, I don't know if y'all saw the tweet, but Ian Rappaport has named Trevor Siemian the starter for this week. I don't know what's going on with Matt Ryan's status, even though y'all saw last week where his hand was bloody, how he's got his hand stepped on. I don't know what his status is as well. But either way, I'm still taking the Saints here. That defense is just good.
Yeah.
You got them good. You got to go to New Orleans and play that team in that dome with that defense. I don't care who's on the other side of the football. That defense is damn near good. They're a top 5 defense. They can get to the quarterback. The Saints, Trevor Siemian got the weapons around him. Callaway has been growing as a receiver for the Saints. You still got Alvin Kamara, was one of the best dynamic running backs in the league. It's no brainer here. I'm taking the Saints. I might take the Saints by 17, honestly.
Much as I wanted, to pick an upset, I just can't do it just because that damn defense is just too elite. The damn defense just keep you in the game alone. I mean, you got Marshawn Lynch on the other side. You got Bradley Roby, PJ Williams, PJ Williams, Marcus Williams, Gardner Johnson, all those play zone. They know how to play correctly. Defensive line is just as dominant. Davenport, Cameron Jordan, Demario Davis is one of the best linebackers in the game. Much as I want to pick the Falcons, I just cannot do it. They have capable enough weapons to get off, but the defense is way too dominant. I mean, if you want to throw Calvin Ridley in, you can just throw Marshawn Lattimore on him. You can just count him with Marshawn Lattimore.
Really,
you want to go Russell Gage?
I don't know if he's coming back this week. That's the only thing. Remember,
Yeah.
Calvin really put it out
that
saying
makes it easier for Marshawn Lattimore then. Yeah, that just makes it easy for Marshawn Lattimore then to shut down Russell Gage, to take him out, or take out Kyle Pitts. That just make it easier for him, and then you can just put Gardner Johnson or PJ Marcus Williams on Kyle Pitts. Then Alvin Kamara is going to get off. He's going to get off at some point in this game. I just got the Saints, man. I just think their defense is way too elite and way too good for Atlanta. I don't care if Matt Ryan even plays in this game. Their defense make enough plays for that offense to come through. So I got the New Orleans Saints. I wanted to pick up upset, but I just can't do it against this elite defense in New Orleans. I just can't do that.
I'm gonna make it real simple, man. It ain't even a whole lot to go into this, man. It's the Saints. I feel like Matt Ryan. I know he got his hand stepped on and it's real bloody or whatever. However, last season or last weekend or whatever. But I'm taking the Saints, man. The Saints, and it's really that simple, man. There's nothing really more to talk about. Saints.
So just like a firm believer that that defense wins ball games. In this game, basically, you have a better defense in the New Orleans Saints, regardless of the situation at the quarterback. Trevor Siemian has the opportunity to now state his case and make it to where it's like, okay, maybe he can fill the role of Jameis Winston and keep Taysom Hill in his same scheming situation. It's just not there for Atlanta right now. Relying on a converted wide receiver to get you your points, to get you down the field. It's like, it just as what Sean just said, a no-brainer. Saints in this one.
There's no team in the NFL who I feel like has more of an advantage when they play at home than the Saints.
Yes.
That building, that atmosphere, that crowd. When the Saints are even when Drew Brees isn't playing, when Jameis Winston, I mean, the Saints just seem like they are so comfortable in that building. And I mean, Atlanta's a surprise 3-4, but I mean, Atlanta's not gonna win. I mean, it's just when the Saints are at home, when they're healthy with a good defense, it's just a bad situation. Yeah, the Saints are probably gonna win by at least 2 touchdowns in this game.
I'm surprised that they have it as they only have it as New Orleans as a 6.5 favorite. I was surprised to see that spread for that. And
Divisional game.
Yeah. That's another thing too.
Division,
That's
the game,
why
the quarterback
Atlanta
situation.
Atlanta might put up enough points, but it's just, I don't know if it could put up enough points to make it a 6.5 in that building.
Yes.
I don't know what it is. They got the voodoo going on. I don't know what they're doing in New Orleans, but it's like they're a totally completely different team when they are at home than they are when they're away.
Yeah.
Next game.
Yeah.
Another 1:00 game. It's a lot of 1:00 games on this slate. Jesus Christ. We have my Las Vegas touchdown Raiders. Yes, I had to dim my soundboard. I'm sorry. Got my Raiders going into New York against the G-Men. They only have a 3-point favorite. What in the world is Vegas? Where are the Las Vegas Raiders? How do you have us at a 3-point favorite in Vegas? I mean, for the Vegas Raiders, it doesn't make any sense. But another story, another time. Y'all know where I'm going with this. Of course, I'm going to pick my Raiders, even though no matter what we go through, no matter how much adversity we go through, Derek Carr is going to lead this team. We're going to get the win. Do I say it's going to be a walk in the park? No, I think the Giants are a very competitive football team. Joe Judge don't know how to get it done when it matters, basically. So the thing about it is a curse on the Raiders when it comes to MetLife Stadium the last couple of years. I hope we can break this curse with the Waller and Renfro and Brian Edwards and Dylan Stoner and Foster Moreau and with Josh Jacobs and Drake. Just see all the weapons that we just had there. But I'm not going to put nothing past the Giants. I still have this as a 34-17 win. I think the Giants will hang with us in the first half, and then the second half we take over. That's just how I see it. I have it as 34-17. In the last couple of weeks with the Raiders, I have been correct on there. It's been almost close to 34, 35 points. But I'm not going to take nothing away from the Giants because Saquon Barkley might be playing today, playing on Sunday. So I'm not going to still take nothing away from the Giants. They're going to compete. But I got to go on my lovely Raiders, man. I have to.
I agree. The Giants.
I'm gonna have to.
Oh, go ahead, Coach.
Wait,
Coach, you freezing up
Derek
like
Carr is a leader. I'm good. Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. Just your camera like you.
My bad, y'all. Yeah, I got to go with the Raiders, man. Derek Carr is a leader. He's a good leader, man. He's a top 6 quarterback, top 7 quarterback in the NFL. That's no goddamn question, man. The man is a capable MVP candidate. I mean, you still got Darren. I don't know if Darren Waller playing this weekend.
He's not on the injury report.
I mean, you still got Zay. Okay. Then I'm gonna count him in. You got Zay Jones, who's made some big catches for the Raiders this year. That catch against Philadelphia, that was a very great catch on that sideline over there. Brian Edwards, who made some pretty good catches, and the playbook has opened up a little more since John Gruden has left his team. Keon Drake is a great backup running back, man. He also use him as a receiver. I know he's enjoying his success right now since John Gruden left the door. Josh Jacobs, they in that defense. That defense has stepped up. Crosby is creating havoc. Facing has been very good. Casey Hayward shuts down one side of the field. Ngakoue can get to the quarterback as well. The Giants, I don't like the Giants. Too many problems. Joe Judge can't coach. Slayton can't catch. Offensive line can't block. The defensive scheme is all out of luck.
Let him have it. Let him have it, Dante. Yeah, let him have it, coach.
I'm just going by. I gotta go by what I see. Doug Johnson, he know this. I don't know why you pay a corner 15 mil or 14 million to play man, not to play zone coverage. That means you're a lockdown corner. You should be man-to-man coverage. So I don't understand the 10 yards off the ball on a zone defense. I don't understand that. They're too undisciplined, jumping off sides, drop passes, grabbing people helmet, taunting. I understand you taking it out. It's frustrating, but you gotta know in that moment. And one more thing I want to get: how the hell you have 2 minutes in the game, you do not have not one timeout? Unacceptable. Bad coaching. Receivers can't catch the football. Offensive line not blocking anybody. It's just a mess in New York right now. So it's all of those things factor in. I'm going with the Raiders, no doubt. 33-17. I just don't like the Giants. They just too undisciplined and too much stuff going on with New York.
Doug went already. I know Doug got it. Come on, defend your team, man. Come on, man. Come on, Doug.
Get him off me, Doug. Get him off me, Doug.
Defend your team, Doug.
As much as I would love to see the Giants try to win this game, the fact of the matter is, yes, we can't stop Pop Warner at defensive line with the way our offensive line is playing. Our coach needs to go back to Bill Belichick and have him teach him how to run a clock and how to use your timeouts. I mean, too many drop passes. I mean, even if Saquon Barkley is healthy, I mean, is he going to play? Right now, he's questionable. Too many injuries. The Raiders are in a good situation where they're looking like they could potentially win the West. And as much as I want the Giants to win, let's be realistic. They've already been trending the wrong way. They didn't beat the Chiefs on the road, and this is the game before their bye, before they can lick the wounds and get people healthy. But unfortunately, the Raiders are going to get the win. Derek Carr is probably going to have a very, very fun day picking apart the Giants defense. I've already accepted this as a loss. I accepted this back in week 4 when we started 0-3. Raiders are going to get the win and keep on trying to get to the West.
I hate to be that person to say, you know what? I'm not gonna be that person. Yeah, it's the Raiders. The Raiders gonna get this.
I'm about to say, Bishop, I'm about to go in on y'all.
Go ahead. I dare you to do it. I dare you to do it.
I was about to try and pull spotlight strings a little bit, but the Raiders. Yeah, the Raiders gonna get this win, man. The Raiders, the Giants they still trying to figure out some things, man. I feel a little bit sorry for the quarterback out there in the Giants, man, and Matt. What's his name?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. I always want to call him Daniel Jones. Yeah, I kind of feel sorry for him, man, because he's in a no-win situation out there right now. Right. He has they're pretty much killing him. It almost looked like the New York Jets in the Giants uniform, because it's just like it's bad, man. That line is not giving that man an opportunity to do nothing, and I know he didn't sign up for that.
And he got to go up against one of the best front fours in the NFL with Max Crosby and Yannick Ngakoue this week.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Raiders, man. It is. I to be honest.
That's why you don't use all your goddamn timeouts too. That's why you don't use all your goddamn timeouts with 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and you have no timeouts with 2 minutes.
This is
with
bad
not
coaching.
even 2 minutes, you used all your timeouts. Daniel Jones gets sacked twice to put the game away. That I mean,
This is
Joe. I
bad
mean, it
coaching,
just
bro.
that's how bad Joe Judge is as a coach. No
I was a
timeouts.
And I
Giants
like
fan
and,
last week. I'm
With
not gonna
not
lie.
even
I
with
was
2
a
minutes.
Giants
You
fan
used all your
last week.
timeouts. No timeouts.
and I
Shout
like
out,
Derek Carr. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people don't want to give Derek Carr credit, but I like Derek Carr. I do. I think Derek Carr is a real decent quarterback, man. I like what he's doing out there I was about to say Oakland, out there in Las Vegas. I do. I feel like, I mean, it's sad that he lost one of his, his targets. We already spoke about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's going. I'm sure Spotlight has more to say about how that's going to factor in because he lost one of his main targets in Ruggs, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see against the Giants this weekend on Sunday.
That's just one thing about Derek Carr. He's been through so much bull crap
Adversity.
in the 8 years that he
Yeah.
was here. 6 different coaches, 6 different offensive coordinators,
Yeah.
different wide receivers coming in and out, and the guy still produced. So
Right.
I think
Right.
he's going to be fine. I just think his belief and his motivation and his drive to prove everyone wrong is still there. I mean,
Yeah.
Ruggs was our number 1 receiver when it came to receiving yards, but sometimes you just gotta put the emotions to the side, and at the end of the day, it's a business. We still gotta travel out there and be prepared, which our Raiders is traveling out to New York today. So hopefully they can get accumulated with the weather and the time zones and all of that nature. So he'll be fine. The Raiders will be fine.
It is pretty chilly here in Jersey, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they're all professionals. They've all had to play
Right.
in cold weather before.
Right.
I mean, it's not snowing here. I mean, it's just
Right.
it's going to be cold. It's going to be a chilly November New Jersey day.
Yeah.
And just have the heaters out on the sidelines of MetLife Stadium, and once you get warmed up, I mean you're gonna be sweating and everything, and you're not gonna be feeling too much. Plus, I mean, the sun's going to be out too. So
I just hope my Raiders don't come back with COVID because I had an outbreak out there. I don't need my Raiders to come back with all these COVID times.
Well, apparently it was a bunch of false. We were saying before, it was a bunch of false positives. So.
Yeah,
cool.
which is a big story right there because
is.
This was like on Tuesday initially when they said that. This was like right after they talked about Aaron Rodgers coming up with COVID. Then they talked about Saquon having it, but they had tested him once. He was negative. They tested him again. He came back positive, and now they're saying it's a bunch of false negatives. Is that what's going on right now?
Yeah, because not only Saquon had it, but Xavier McKinney too. So
right.
I mean, so it's I don't know if it's the testing or whatever it is.
It's the testing.
I mean,
they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing.
And that's that's crucial because when you have that, now the coaches have a issue because now you can't really game plan. You don't know if you have your player, if you don't have your player. You putting in people, you're plugging in people here and there because this player can't play because they're supposedly have COVID. They popped hot on COVID, but then they come back the next day. Oh no, because I mean, don't get me wrong. Just like with the Arizona Cardinals, I don't think Kyler Murray has practiced all week. And of course, this is not dealing with COVID, but Kyler Murray hasn't practiced all week because the coach really feels as though Kyler Murray doesn't need to practice. He knows the offense, so they rather protect his injury, his ankle, compared to putting him out there and maybe damaging it more during practice. So I'm sure it's the same thing. I mean, I don't necessarily feel like you probably need Saquon in for practice because I'm sure he knows the offense well enough to go out there and play on Sunday. But however, you still want to, ensure that everything is clicking on all cylinders. So with these false positives and stuff like that, man, I feel like that's real detrimental to the league, and that's in any sport when it comes down to it. If they don't get this right, it's going to be an issue come down the line, especially when we start getting into the postseason.
Trey, you picking the Raiders, right? I thought you made your pick, right? Or did
I mean, it's the Raiders. Keep it moving.
All right, so I think this is going to be one of the good games, but at the same time, I'm still going to pick this team. It's the Patriots and the Panthers. They both 4-4. They got New England as a 3.5 favorite. The Panthers have been another disappointing team that started out 3-0, lost 3 straight. Now they're back to 500 after beating Atlanta. Patriots, I was kind of expecting them to be at 4-4 with a rookie quarterback and a lot of new key pieces around him with Nelson Aguilar, N'Keal Harry, They got they got John Smith and Hunter Henry over there now. And then Matthew Judon on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
And I just like the Patriots in this game a little bit better than Carolina. No Christian McCaffrey. Their Sam Darnold has not been playing his best. Even though the Patriots defense is good with Gilmore, this is definitely a revenge game for Gilmore after being traded there. So Gilmore's going to want to get, try to get some picks off of Mac Jones. But I still like the Patriots here. I don't believe in the Panthers at this moment.
I'm going with the Panthers.
I like the Patriots.
I'm going with the Panthers. It just got to say something about. We all know Christian McCaffrey is the reason for their 3-0 start initially. With them and Sam Darnold, but you just got to say something about they haven't had Christian McCaffrey since the week 4 of the season.
Yeah,
and they have waited the water. No, they don't. So they've waited the water. They would start out with one of the top rated defenses in the league. They picked up Gilmore. Hopefully he, like you said, it's a revenge game. He might want to make his mark. I think the Panthers are going to be able to pull this out.
What I want to see is
go ahead.
Winning this game. But I got the Patriots winning this game. Again, I think the Panthers defense is respectable. CJ Henderson, and Stephon Gilmore, 2 good cornerbacks. That dude Brian Burns is pretty good too on the defensive line for the Carolina Panthers. And I defended this guy over and over because he was with a terrible organization, terrible head coach, Sam Darnold. Now he's just not a good quarterback. He's just not a good quarterback. That's just all it is.
I wouldn't say
I wouldn't
say that though. I wouldn't say that yet.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Sam Darnold. Yeah, I'm not. It's just a different
Joe
opinion.
Brady's play caller has been skeptical too.
Yeah, but I mean, you got benched against the Carolina Panthers, the New York Giants. When you only giving up 5 points, and he couldn't do nothing against Carolina. So I just don't really think Sam Darnold is a very good quarterback. DJ Moore has been very, very good. The running game has not been bad either with Hub. It's not been bad as the running game. I just got to take it a little bit more better. I just think Matt Jones has been the best quarterback out of all quarterbacks in this draft. I'm not saying he's going to be the best, but he's playing the best football. And Matthew Judon just a terror on the defensive side of the ball. And again, I got to go with the Patriots. They're just a little bit better, man. I just can't trust Carolina or Sam Darnold. I just can't do it. I got to go with the Patriots.
What I want to see is Carolina was actually one of the teams that inquired on Deshaun Watson. I mean, that in itself says what the Panthers are feeling about Sam Darnold, which is they're not sold on him. I mean, for the fact that they traded for Sam Darnold, and yet they were going to try and at least investigate on Deshaun Watson. I mean, yeah, they started out 3-0 and they've been 1-4 since. I mean, Mac Jones kind of, I don't know if you want to call it lucked into or just kind of fell into the best place possible for his career going to New England. Until Sam Darnold can show that he can win some games again, you know, he got, and like you said, he got benched against the Giants. Yeah, the Patriots, I think whoever gets the ball last here in this game would probably win, considering they're both 4-4. But I think the Patriots look like a better 4-4 team than Carolina. So I think the Patriots by a field goal in this.
So for me, man, this game could go either way. I'm gonna be honest. Like you said, 2 4-4 teams.
Yeah, it could.
It could definitely be. You know, this team. Any one of these teams could win this game. We know the Panthers defense. Their pass rush is 20. They got 21 sacks. They tied 4th in the league with sacks. They have they're 8th in the league for pressures on the quarterback. So Mac Jones is going to have to really, get that ball out of his hands in New England to ensure that that they could capitalize on those downfield receivers to try and put points on the board. So again, I don't know. This game could go anyway. I'm like Doug. It is. I feel like he does when it comes down to it's going to depend who has the ball last and who has the least mistakes in regards or the least turnovers. Whoever comes up with the least turnovers is probably going to win this game. But if I have to pick on who I think is going to win this game, I'm gonna go with the Pats, man, with Mac Jones. So like Sam, like I totally get where coach is coming from with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, I think, this is a new offense for him, and he is trying to prove himself within this organization. I just don't think he has found himself found his footing yet in Carolina, but that defense is not no slouch out there in Carolina either. So, but I'm gonna go with the Patriots in this game. It's gonna be close though. It's gonna be close, but I'm going with the Patriots.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very close game, competitive game.
Next game should be easy, y'all. We got the 5-2 Buffalo Bills going up against the 1-6 Jacksonville Jaguars. Buffalo is the 14.5 favorite. Who y'all taking? I'm taking the Bills.
Pass. Don't ask me. Don't
Dante, the
ask me,
last
just pass.
time you said that
Don't ask me.
Miami Dolphins beat the Falcons, so don't do that.
We all said Miami though.
Yeah, but you're the one that said pass.
We all picked Miami though. We all picked it. Yeah, I said pass. No. I'm saying this is for sure. This is for sure pass. Yeah, this is a definite pass.
So I guess everybody's taking the Bills. There ain't really nothing to talk about here, right?
No,
it's a matter of how much.
Well, it's like they said 14.5.
Yeah, that could be the score in the first quarter. I mean, this will be over by halftime. This will be over by halftime
for sure. Yeah. Josh Allen finna torture the Jaguars, bro. Finna torture the Jaguars.
So can we make a bold prediction then that Josh Allen will have a 400-yard game?
Say that again.
Josh Allen will have a 400-yard game.
Probably.
It's possible. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put it out there. He's gonna have 400 yards, 4 touchdowns for Josh Allen.
Jesus Christ.
By the first
I got
half.
him in fantasy. Good luck. Whoever the team that they play that got Josh Allen in fantasy, good luck.
Yeah.
You gotta start him this week. The Minnesota Vikings 3-4 going into Baltimore, which is 5-2, and they have Baltimore as the 6-point favorite. Even though Minnesota's 3-4, they don't play like they 3-4. That's the only thing about Minnesota. They don't play like they 3-4.
They don't play. They don't actually play. See, Minnesota is kind of like one of these teams. Like when you expect them to lose a game, then they'll come out and just all of a sudden just shock you. Just play like their playoff hopes is on the line. But I'll say again, I'm gonna go with Baltimore. I think they have a better defense. They have a way better defense than Minnesota. Kirk Cousins is one of those guys that like his whole $80 million contract, but the very next game he just turns into a spoil. He just turns into spoiled milk. The very next game, when you need Kirk Cousins to say, "Go win me this playoff game," he won't. He can't. Kirk Cousins can never win you a big game when you really need him. When you really need him the most, I can't say he can win a big game like that, especially against Dallas last week. But I like Baltimore's defense. I like that running back by committee. Hollywood Brown is starting to make some plays a little bit more. Mark Andrews is one of the best receivers in the game, probably in the game. And it's hard to keep Lamar Jackson in that pocket. It's hard to do it. I'm gonna take Ravens at home. That defense at home. I'm gonna take Baltimore for win this game.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, man, for this one too, for me, because I got to go with Coach. The Ravens, I mean, you got to look at it. Cooper Rush threw for 325 yards against Minnesota and 2 touchdowns. A backup quarterback on the first string defense of the Minnesota Vikings. So and then you got to keep in mind that the Ravens are coming off a bye week too. Man, they refreshed. Lamar Jackson, fresh legs. Come on, man. It's just, Hollywood Brown, like he said, Mark Andrews, probably one of the most talented tight ends out there in the league. Hands down, I got to go with Baltimore, man. My only concern with Baltimore is this.
Can they protect Lamar Jackson? Because I feel like that offensive line was exposed against Cincinnati, and Cincinnati has 6 sacks on them.
They did.
6.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
That's my only concern for Baltimore. And I think my only concern sometimes Lamar Jackson tries to do a bit too much with his legs.
Yeah.
So I'm still picking Baltimore, but I wouldn't be surprised how many sacks the Vikings would get. But at the same time, if they get those sacks, Kirk Cousins, like Dante said, he could go from being a franchise quarterback to looking like Blake Bortles the next week. You just
Do
never
you like that? Do you like that?
You just never know. Never know.
I think I'm gonna make that on my. I think I'm gonna put that on my soundboard when my Ravens win. Do you like that? Do you like that? Yeah, I might just do that. But that's no no-brainer for me. I'm definitely taking the Ravens here.
I'm going with, of course, Baltimore Ravens. It's just Lamar, dual quarterback. That's an equalizer for the most part. True enough, the offensive line didn't do anything or wasn't holding up, but of course, Lamar. We talking about Lamar Jackson again, and it's some. I think it's by design at times for him to get up out of there. We know when it's a design run for him to go because he just get up and go. Other times, if the defense does what they're supposed to do, then he's the equalizer. He turns the corner, he gets yards, and now we have to account for that. I'm very sure the Vikings game plan for that because Lamar's coming to town, but I mean it's not. It's in some instances it's not going to make the difference. So. Just like everyone else, I got the Ravens.
I mean, it's the regular season. Lamar Jackson. I mean, I still want to see Lamar Jackson win more playoff games, but for the time being, it's the regular season. Lamar Jackson dominates. He's a former MVP. You had the one game where he got sacked 6 times against the Bengals, but I mean, it's the Minnesota Vikings, and they're a disappointment. And like I said. Cooper Rush, who, by the way, is not related to me, threw for 300 something yards against them. If he can do that, Lamar Jackson can easily throw and run for however much he wants. Yeah, it's in Baltimore. It's in Baltimore. They're favored by 6, but you know what? This has Ravens possibly winning big in this one. I don't see how Minnesota can come out of this with a victory. Ravens should cakewalk to a win and get to 6-2.
Like Doug said, this is regular season. This is Batman Lamar. When it's postseason, it's Robin Lamar. So right now, yeah,
he does have a playoff win. He does have a playoff win against the Titans.
He does.
He has one. He has more interceptions than he does playoff wins.
Right.
So
that's a good take right there. That's definitely a good take right there. So. We're going into the 4 o'clock games. There's 4 to 4 o'clock games. I'm gonna just keep it 100 on this one. This next game here, I don't understand how the Chargers are 1.5 favorites against the Philadelphia Eagles, but that's neither here or say there. But I mean, I'm just saying, the Chargers are kind of struggling off the bye week, going into Philadelphia against the Philadelphia Eagles, going East Coast. Even though the Eagles beat the Lions last week, I did pick the Lions in the upset because that's how bad the Eagles looked. Yes, that's how bad the Eagles looked, and I was wrong. But I'm still taking the Chargers here because Nick Sirianni ain't going to do that against his Chargers defense. It's just not going to happen. This is not the Lions. This is not the Lions. Justin Herbert is not no Jared Goff. This is a different type of breed of quarterback that's coming into Philadelphia. Y'all have the worst linebacking cores in the league. I don't even know who they are. I can't even name them. I know some Eagle fans that can't name them either. That's how sad it is in Philadelphia when it comes to this team.
Our defense is horrible. It's suspect as hell. I'm not going to lie.
But I'm not going to lie. I still think the Eagles is going to compete just because the Chargers do give up a lot on defense. They do give up a lot. But I think right now, offensively, the Chargers are better than Philadelphia. So I'm taking the Chargers here. It's not going to be by much, but I give them 14 at least. But 1.5, that's kind of like disrespectful to the Chargers. I'm sorry to say. It's kind of disrespectful.
I'm going to be honest. I'm taking Philly. I'm taking Philly too, of course. And I'm going to be biased, of course, because that's my squad. But I'm going to take Philly. And I'm hoping, and this is my hope, and Coach, I'm sure you're thinking the same thing. I'm hoping Sirianni, and again, I get it. We played the Detroit Lions. Got it. Winless.
It is possible. I think I know where you're going.
Hopefully, Nick Sirianni, seen that we can run the ball, and we didn't even have Miles Sanders and had 200 yards rushing. Maybe he will implement a run game versus these Chargers. Please, Nick Sirianni, If you happen to hear this, run the damn ball. If we can run the ball, it will open up our passing game, and we will have a better chance. I am definitely picking the Eagles to beat the Chargers because we are playing in Lincoln Financial. I have faith in Jalen. I'm hoping him in all of the core, the linemen. Hopefully we can do and stop making bonehead mistakes. We were one of the most bonehead and undisciplined teams as well in the NFL. We have a problem with discipline in the NFL as well. Our team, because we have stupid mistakes, stupid penalties, just dumb outright bad playing, and that's because of bad coaching. And I feel like Nick Sirianni needs to go. I truly believe he does not need to be the coach of the Philadelphia Eagles anymore. I do not. I am going with the Philadelphia Eagles in this game.
You would think that Philadelphia.
We haven't won we haven't won a home game this year. We have not won one home game this year.
Absolutely.
And this is the thing about Nick Sirianni. This is the thing about Nick Sirianni. What happens? We know the Chargers are 32nd in rank in stopping the run. What happens if they're actually stopping the run? Is he going to go back to depending on Jalen Hurts beating him with his arm? Because he showed can't do that. He hasn't proven he could do it. Can we control time of possession? I actually don't know that. So the only thing you can do, control time of possession, keep Justin Herbert on the sideline, opens it up for Jalen Hurts more, and we should find a way to win. But the problem, my concern, is the defensive side of the ball. You got Mike Williams, who's a possession receiver, go up and catch any jump ball. You got Keenan Allen, who's more of a route runner, but he still can go up and make plays. Jared Cook, who can make plays as well. Austin Eckler, catch out the backfield and run. Roundtree is a very good running back as well. That's a 1-2 tandem. But again, if we can control time of possession and contain this Chargers offense a little bit better, I think we can win enough for Jalen Hurts to be a game manager at this point. He cannot beat people with his arm. Control time possession and let Jalen Hurts be a game manager, open up play action in screen game. And we're going to see. I got the Eagles winning this game by at least 3 points. I got to win it. No, I got to win it 24. I got to win it 27-24. My bad.
Okay, Doug.
I was gonna say, the Eagles have yet to win at home.
Yep.
I don't believe in their coaching. I don't think Nick Sirianni should have ever been promoted to head coach. I don't know. I've seen the Chargers where it's like I can see the San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers. To me, they'll always be the San Diego Chargers, but I can see the Chargers going on the road and continuing the Eagles' bad luck at home. I mean, bad coaching will continue to do bad things, and the fact that they have a Miles Sanders and they don't use him properly, that's something that can get a coach fired. And this is just going to be another game where it shows that Nick Sirianni doesn't know how to be a proper head coach. And I can see the Chargers, for some reason, have good luck when they go to the East Coast. And I've seen them beat the Giants. I've seen them beat the Jets. I can see the Chargers leaving the link with a win over the Eagles. So, I'm gonna say the Chargers by a field goal.
Okay, so continue on the next game that we have at the 4 o'clock slate, 4:25. The Arizona Cardinals 7-1 going down to San Francisco 3-4. Who you got, Coach?
Arizona on this game. I'm going with Arizona. I think I don't know if Kyler Murray is playing or Colt McCoy is getting started. I don't know which one to start, but if Kyler Murray is playing, I'm going to take Arizona. I believe they're going to bounce back after losing against the Green Bay Packers. Believe in their defense a little bit more better. Believe in their offense. I think the 49ers compete well on defense. It's just the quarterback's too inconsistent. You don't know what you're getting out of Jimmy Garoppolo. And I'm just going to take the Cardinals to win this game.
Doug?
I think the Cardinals, they had their undefeated streak ends at the worst possible way. AJ Green, a professional, not knowing where to look for the football. I think they want to get back to winning. Whether it's Kyler, whether it's Colt McCoy, who, by the way, Colt McCoy went to Seattle last year and beat the Seahawks on the road. So Colt McCoy knows how to win a football game if he does start. Even so, I mean, the Cardinals have so much firepower on offense. I see the Cardinals, even though San Francisco's favored by 2. No, I think the Cardinals get back on the right track, get to 8-1, and they right the ship.
Sean B.
So yeah, excuse me. Yeah, this is actually going to be a good game, despite the fact that of the records and stuff like that. Arizona definitely is definitely going to try to bounce back from that loss to Green Bay. But I mean, Garoppolo had a good game last week. He had Debo Samuels had 171 yards receiving, big runs. He was targeted a lot. He's Garoppolo. He shared the load in regards of with the ball. He had 4 targets to Mohamed Sanu. Well, he had 3 receptions for 59 yards. So he shared the ball evenly. So, a lot of this game is going to depend on whether or not how well Kyler Murray's ankle is coming into this game. I do feel like Arizona is going to bounce back because of that loss. That was a close game between them and San Francisco. I mean, Green Bay. I definitely got to go with Kyler Murray though, and I definitely got to go with Arizona in this game. I just feel like if Arizona has, and I'm saying we, but I'm sorry, if Arizona has at least an 80. Yeah, if Arizona has at least an 80 or a 90% Kyler Murray, they'll get this win. So I'm gonna take Arizona.
All right, next game, Green Bay 7-1 going to KC, who's 4-4. Does that make a difference? Who you got there, Coach?
It's tough, man. It's a tough game because you got no film on Jordan Love, so those guys that you do got no film on, that'd be the toughest ones to game plan for them because you just don't know what they're about. The Green Bay Packers know because they be at practice and they watch them. So, but the Chiefs don't know, and their defense is just terrible. They just got a horrendous defense, but they did improve that defensive line with Melvin Ingram, who's a pretty capable pass rusher in this league to go alongside of Chris Jones. But their secondary is goddamn awful. I think the Kansas City Chiefs offense has been figured out. I think they've been figured out for so long. They know Tyreek Hill is just a guy that's just a speedster pretty much. Teams will start to know how to defend Travis Kelce pretty much. I think defenses got a load on how to stop this offense. But like I said, again, it's Patrick Mahomes. He still can be pretty good. He still can beat you if you're not capable of taking him out of the game, no matter how many chances you got to be able to put Patrick Mahomes away. And the Giants had multiple opportunities to do that. They just couldn't break through. I got Patrick Mahomes in this game. I got Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in Kansas City to pretty much win this game. Or if it's in Green Bay, I still got Kansas City Chiefs, man. But that Packers team is competitive. That defensive line is competitive. Preston Smith and Zadarius Smith is really good on the defensive line. I got Kansas City, man. I'm going with Kansas City, but would not shock if Green Bay still come away with this win because they willingness to be competitive. They got a respectable team over there.
Sean B.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest, man. Now, this is my upset pick. I'm taking Green Bay.
Yeah,
and
it
this
could
is
be. It could be.
And this is the thing, right? Jordan Love doesn't have to be perfect. He doesn't have to be perfect because just like Coach said, anybody can score on this Chiefs defense. He doesn't have to be perfect. He just have to limit his mistakes. If he can limit his mistakes, not turn the ball over, and play a decent game against the Chiefs, I feel like they can come out with a win. So I'm gonna pick Green Bay to upset the Chiefs. I know a lot of people may not feel like this is an upset, but it is because you got a rookie quarterback coming in, taking over for Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers was in here, it'd be a total different game. Everybody would I would almost say everybody would pick the Packers to win this game. But because you got Jordan Love coming in as a rookie, like Coach Dante said, they don't have film on this young man. All they have is a couple of preseason snaps and whatever he did in college. That's all they got. And that's two different things. So with that being said, it's hard to game plan for somebody that you don't have film on. And that's why I feel like if he can cut down on the mistakes and he can come in and not lose the game, that's all he got to do, not lose the game. And they have a chance. So I got Green Bay. Doug, what you think?
That's the thing, though. You don't know what Jordan Love is. I mean, Jordan Love was eventually going to, be the successor, and you didn't hope that it was going to be in Week 9 on the road against the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs. Now, even though Kansas City is struggling, they are coming off a win against the Giants, and this actually might be where the Kansas City Chiefs kind of get it right a little bit. I mean, you're saying, you hope he doesn't lose the game, but you're going into Arrowhead in a very, very energetic environment. The Chiefs probably the fan base feels like, hey, we're going to get back into this. Aaron Rodgers isn't playing. I mean, they're probably going to be even louder than usual, try to confuse the rookie. If it was Aaron Rodgers, if Aaron Rodgers is playing, I was definitely going to pick the Packers because Aaron Rodgers can play anywhere and win anywhere. But the fact that this is Jordan Love's first experience in the NFL environment, in a very loud environment, if he had been in Green Bay or anywhere, if he was in Jacksonville playing a cupcake game, it's one thing. You're going up against a very, very hostile environment. I see the Kansas City Chiefs actually getting out of there with a win and getting back to over 500 in this one.
Spotlight, who you got, Green Bay or Kansas City?
Taking Green Bay. I'm taking Green Bay because all you really need to do is to avoid turnovers for Jordan Love is give the ball to Aaron Jones. That's all you really need to do. I mean, this defense, Chiefs defense is dead last in every category on the defensive side of the ball. Dead last.
Every category.
So I'm taking Jordan Love will have a good game. Just got to eliminate the turnovers, and Packers will win this game.
All right, two more on the slate so we can move on to some other interesting topics in sports news. We got Tennessee 6-2 at the LA Rams 7-1. Who you got there, Sean B?
Oh,
I'm gonna just call it out there. No Derrick Henry, Rams win.
Man, too much firepower. Too much firepower. Tennessee. Too much fire. Too much firepower for Tennessee to go at. I mean, and then you factor in, you got Von Miller. You got Von Miller to help out Aaron Donald, who can already beat up two people on a double team too. Yeah, it's gonna be a long day for Tennessee. No Derrick Henry. Now you got to put more pressure on Ryan Tannehill too. Oh yeah, I just can't do it. There's too many weapons on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah, and the Rams at home. Yeah, and you got Matthew Stafford playing like an MVP. That's all you need. That's all you need to just know right there. No. Just too much.
It is hard. It's hard. It's hard to pick against the Rams. I ain't gonna lie. That's
hard to pick against
all that stuff in which Coach just said. It's hard to pick against the Rams. It's hard to
at home. The Rams are home too.
Yeah, it's hard to pick.
Their favorite.
I mean, we all understand. We know Adrian Peterson, and I don't even know if Adrian Peterson is going to get any snaps this weekend because he just came in on Monday or Tuesday. So I don't know if he's going to get any snaps in the game for the Titans. But we do know that they picked him up, AD, which is something that could be. I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to seeing on that game because it is a Sunday night. That's a Sunday night game. So I'm looking forward to seeing what AD is going to bring to that team, being that Henry's out. So, but I got to go with the Rams.
So safe to say that all of us are going with the Rams for this particular game, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Correct. All right. Monday night, last game of the week. Chicago at 3-5. Justin Fields going down to Pittsburgh at 4-3. Who we got?
Got Pittsburgh.
Justin Fields ain't figured it out yet, man.
Justin this game is
trying, but he hasn't figured it out yet, bro.
He hasn't figured it out yet.
Maybe I can convince Coach Spotlight to take Pittsburgh right here. I got Pittsburgh right here.
Okay.
I got Pittsburgh.
And they at home. Pittsburgh at home.
Too much of a coin flip. I mean, again, Watt can wreck a whole game by itself. I don't trust it. I don't trust in that offensive line by the Chicago Bears. That Justin Fields just getting beat up over there. Allen Robinson probably checked out. He wants out right about now. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I got it 20-13 Pittsburgh. I think Fields is gonna either get a sack, fumble, or make a mistake. The only reason Pittsburgh is in this situation at 4-3 just because of that damn dominant defense. That defenses have been really, really good. I know the offense haven't put up any type of points, but that defense is going to be disruptive to.
You couldn't win me over,
Justin
Dante.
Fields.
You
I
could
just
not
can't
win
go
me
against.
over.
I just can't pick the Bears.
You couldn't win me over,
I
Dante.
mean,
I'm sorry to
hey.
say.
Yeah, he tried. He said he tried. He was gonna try.
Even though the Bears is 3-5 and the Steelers is 4-3, they still play identical on both sides of the ball. They both still, just because their records are different, they still play identical. Like you said, they can't protect Justin Fields. They can't protect Ben Roethlisberger either. That's just how I see it. I mean, even though that Pittsburgh might have better receivers and stuff like that, but I still feel like don't slouch on this Bears defense. When they're healthy, they're good.
Are they healthy? Are they healthy?
I mean, Akeem Hicks supposed to be coming back this week. That definitely helps out the interior. And Khalil Mack supposed to come back. And Khalil Mack. Understand that. But listen, if you can listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Just because TJ Watt is on that, I like him. Don't get me wrong. I think he's one of the best defensive players in this league. But he don't have Melvin Ingram on the other side of him. So he's going to get double teamed, and the other person that's on the other side is going to be nonchalant. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care. I don't know who else on their linebacker core that is. I mean, Devin Bush has not been healthy this year for Pittsburgh. Micah Fitzpatrick has not been healthy this year for Pittsburgh. I'm concerned about their secondary. And I think Justin Fields being mobile is going to make it tougher for J.J. Watt to go get, in my opinion. So I'm taking the Bears in the upset. I don't care for Pittsburgh.
That's fair. He's made spotlight good points. He's made some good points.
So we finish it up. The panel has stated it's going to end up the Bears don't have enough firepower. So transitioning, moving on. NBA action. There was 5 games that was on the slate last night in the NBA. You had the 76ers, shout out the spotlight, with the win over the Pistons. It was the Pistons. They expected to win 109-98. The Celtics were able to pull out the win against the Miami Heat, 95-78. The Rockets lost a game to the Phoenix Suns, 123-111. The Los Angeles Lakers dropped the game to Thunder. Second time this year for the only 2 wins of the Thunder.
Y'all blew a combined 46-point lead, huh? Y'all blew a combined 46-point lead to the Thunder,
104 to 107. We're able to pull out
Thunder, bro.
We're able to pull the game out against the Atlanta Hawks, 116-198 on a hot shooting from Jordan Clarkson. So one of the hottest things that we got going on in the NBA right now, or the largest things what we got going on, is the Phoenix Suns and their owner Sarver has been caught with some racial misogynistic and comments. What do y'all say, guys? Is this an ongoing situation in the NFL? The NBA that we're just now finding out about, or is this isolated?
This has been ongoing.
I think this is more. I think it's kind of like the thing with the Clippers with their owner at the time, Donald Sterling.
Donald
Sterling.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of like the same thing, but it's just speculation. Donald Sterling was just red-handed caught on tape, so that's the difference between the two. Now, I don't know the full story of this, but I seen it come out, and I'm like, this is a cancer culture year. This is definitely a cancer culture year. So I'm at a point where they might just try to cancel him until I see actual more proof of what he said and what was stated. Then I say don't cancel him. But are we just going off the speculation? Then I mean, you just gotta wait until the investigation comes out and know and see what's more about it. Because I mean, they didn't say what he said, so I can't say, oh, if he's gonna have to, sell the team or whatever of that nature because he's the owner. I just don't know at this point. Because it's not enough evidence for me to talk about.
Coach G.
I mean, Coach Spotlight said it all. I mean, just gonna have to wait till you get more proof just to counsel it. So Coach Spotlight said it all for me.
So y'all sound like y'all saying the same thing in which the Phoenix Suns coach and one of their top stars, Devin Booker, said they haven't heard that during that time frame since they've been there. Do y'all feel that's a backpedaling because they're part of the current organization, or do you just think from what y'all just said, that's just what you should be waiting on, not to jump to conclusion at this point?
I think it's going. I think just because Devin Booker hasn't heard it doesn't mean it ain't happened.
Right.
I feel like when you're an owner and stuff like that, you're not finna let your premier players hear stuff like that because it's gonna bring bad vibes into the locker room. They're not gonna want to play for the organization, things like that, and it's gonna ruin the whole season for the team. So just because Devin Booker hasn't heard it doesn't mean it happened. I feel like more information, just like Coach as well as Spotlight said. I feel like we probably need to wait and see if some more information come out, like some sure-handed proof outside of almost like a boy with maybe emails, phone calls, some more people coming forward stating that same thing, the same accusations and stuff like that. So I think it's just early right now to determine whether or not he should be ridiculed in regards to his statements or anything in which he's done so far.
Doug.
I mean, I saw the ESPN report. I saw the things that the owner is being accused of. If it's all true, he's not going to survive. I mean, apparently he thinks very low of his players. He thinks very low of women. He is apparently a very insensitive person. Apparently, if you try to go to HR, you risk your job. In a very cancel culture type environment that we are, I mean, if the NBA finds enough proof, and I mean, I know Earl Watson, the former Suns head coach, has gone on record and saying what Sarver has said. If there's enough proof, Robert Sarver is probably going to be given the same treatment that Donald Sterling got, and I mean, Devin Booker and the Suns are all going to say the right things because they are his employees still. And You're not going to speak out against the guy who signs your paychecks.
Facts.
He wasn't. It's a story and reports as opposed to Donald Sterling being caught on tape. But with that said, the right now the Suns players, the thing that they need to do is focus on playing basketball. Whoever becomes the owner, that's not for them to worry about. They're employees. They're playing basketball. If it happens, I mean, that's something that they can't control. I mean, they didn't expect this story they have to continue to play basketball because that's their jobs. And if Sarver gets expelled like Donald Sterling, well, that's what happens. And I have a funny feeling it's going to go that way because of how our society is. There's no way. I don't think he survives this.
All right. Keep on moving, keep on pushing on. We're gonna go ahead and cover the NCAA football. We're gonna go over the top 10 games, and then I'm gonna hit y'all up and ask y'all where is the upset in any of these games. First, we already had Louisiana, number 24, have a 4-point win over Georgia State last night. Tomorrow is slated Liberty at number 15, Mississippi. Number 23, SMU will be playing Memphis. Number 10, Wake Forest, the darling of the NCAA, will be playing against UNC tomorrow. Number 6, Ohio State at Nebraska. Number 17, BYU will be hosting Idaho State. Number 8, Notre Dame will be hosting Navy. Baylor, ranked number 14, will be up against at TCU. Penn State, number 22, Penn State will be at Maryland. Number 12, Auburn versus number 13, Texas A&M. Battle of the top 25 rank. The game will be at Texas A&M. Number 11, Oklahoma State will be traveling to West Virginia. Number 5, Michigan State will be playing that top 5 slayer, Purdue. Tulsa would be at Cincinnati. Number 2 ranked Cincinnati. Boise State would be playing number 25 ranked Fresno State. Number 21, Coastal Carolina will be at Georgia Southern. Number 19, Iowa will be against Northwestern. Tennessee will be traveling to number 18 ranked Kentucky. Oregon, number 7, Oregon will be playing against Washington in Washington. Number 20 ranked Houston will be facing South Florida. Number 9 ranked Michigan will be hosting Indiana. LSU will be traveling down to Tuscaloosa to take on number 3 ranked or number 2 CFP ranked Alabama. UTSA will be traveling to UTEP. And of course, number 1 Georgia will be facing Missouri. Where's the upset at today? This for this slate, fellas.
Hey, so for one, are you sure that's the college football rankings? Because for
it's the AP.
My upset basically. Go ahead, coach. You muted.
So the college football playoff is different from the AP poll.
Yeah.
The rankings are different.
Yeah, it's the AP poll. The AP poll is, so it's the AP poll. That's the AP poll.
Because the college football rankings I have, the CFS rankings I have is totally different.
Yeah, the CFP is different for college. It's the AP poll.
Okay.
Yeah, because like the regular, like they have it for like the college football playoff rankings, and then they have it like for like the AP and the coaches rankings.
Yeah.
So it's 2 separate rankings, but I usually go off the college football playoff rankings more than anything. But Oklahoma play this week, don't they?
No, we got to buy. We don't play.
How many buys y'all got? I thought y'all didn't play last week.
No, we played last week. We beat Texas Tech. Remember?
Oh yeah, of course it was an irrelevant game. Y'all played Texas Tech, of course. I'm just
what you won't do.
Yeah.
What you won't do is dog my boys out, man. It's already bad enough.
I defended y'all. I was just playing.
Come on, man.
Did you feel that dig that was going across the screen there? Did you feel that dig that was going across the screen there?
I don't know what's considered an upset. And I think, you know what? I got my upset. I have Navy beating Notre Dame as an upset.
That's the first game I looked at too, but I don't know. They're 2-6. I don't know.
I just think, even though Navy's 2-6, but it's all. I just think
you always stand up for that rivalry.
It's always they getting ready for that Army and Navy game for some apparent reason. I don't know. Notre Dame does not have not played their best this year so far. Then they lose their best safety for the year with a torn ACL. It's college football. You just never know. Is Notre Dame home or they away?
Notre Dame is home.
Notre Dame's home.
I still don't trust it. I think Navy's going to beat Notre Dame. That's going to be my upset pick.
All right. Still rocking with it?
I'm actually going to go. I'm going to say Purdue knocks off Michigan State.
Purdue.
Ooh.
I told you.
Purdue's home.
Purdue's
home.
Purdue's got claimed 2 of them already.
Yep.
They're the top 10, top 25 beaters, and Michigan State might be flying a little too high after beating Michigan. I'm gonna go Purdue over Michigan State.
Good one,
Coach.
I'm gonna go with North Carolina over Wake Forest at home. North Carolina at home. Sam Howell, Mac Brown. I'm gonna go with North Carolina over Wake Forest.
Okay. Sean B, and you can answer the question that Mr. CEO has about Rattler being your guy. But who's your upset first?
Oh God.
So,
Oh God.
so
You
my
gotta
thing is,
get started now.
I gotta agree with Doug. He did pick a good pick in regards to Purdue, possibly upsetting Michigan State, but also don't be surprised. And this is my upset pick. Don't be surprised if golly, it's a couple of them I have, but I want to say Tulsa may upset Cincinnati.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
People sleep. Tulsa may upset Cincinnati. Hey, y'all heard it here first.
Oh,
Y'all heard it here first.
Wait.
I don't know.
Hey, coach, wait till
y'all
Monday.
heard it here
Wait
first.
till Monday.
Yeah,
Wait till
y'all
Monday,
heard it.
coach.
Tulsa
He
may
like,
upset Cincinnati, but
I can't get you on that one.
get
I'm rolling with you, Bishop. But I'm
Only
not
reason
with you
why
on that one
Bishop
right
is
now.
doing that. Only reason why Bishop is doing that because if Cincinnati lose, then his Oklahoma Sooners can move up. Playoff. Exactly why
that
Bishop
part.
is saying that
Got it
about
censored.
Cincinnati.
that's what I
Already
told
knew
you.
where he was going
Everything
with
college,
this.
everything
That's
college,
why I
Connected to the
That part.
madness.
everything
Because
college
That
from
I
this
knew what
dude is
Bishop was
biased,
going
man.
with.
That
Everything college from this
Yeah.
dude is based around
That
Oklahoma.
part.
Everything.
What?
Yeah, I might be with Trey right now. I might be with you, Trey, on that. I'm with you, Trey, on that point. I'm with you, Trey,
Everything,
on that
man.
point.
Somehow,
part.
some way,
Yeah.
watch on Monday, he's gonna find a way to sit up and make and fit Oklahoma into an NBA segment. Watch.
Yeah, but no, that part. I'm just saying. But just to answer that question in regards to about Spencer Rattler, right?
Hold up, it's some feedback somewhere.
Okay, so I hopped on for a quick second because, man, that was crazy.
Hey, you gotta have that. You have to have that bold prediction. That's a bold prediction, bro.
That's not a bold prediction. He already knew what coming into this segment. He already knew why he picked Cincinnati as an upset. Picked Tulsa as an upset. Bishop already had this set up before we even went live.
He's like, wait
That's
for it.
mine.
He's like, it's like that new outfit where you get ready to go to school. Like, oh, I'm finna kill him with this one. That's exactly what
You got that first Easter outfit. You about to go skating like,
Yeah.
man, I'm about to get the
Bro,
girls
that's
with
my
this
bold
one.
prediction, bro. That's my bold prediction. But just to carry out on Spencer Rattler, man. I'm sure Lincoln Riley this week during the being it was a bye week for us. We don't come back and play. When we come back, we play Baylor. We got Baylor left. We got OSU left. We have I think we have West Virginia left to finish out our season. So we have a hard schedule. So in regards to Rattler, I feel sorry for Lincoln Riley because he really has a huge decision to make, man, whether or not to bring back Spencer Rattler. Me personally, if it was me, I would not bring back Spencer Rattler. I feel like Caleb Williams has done so well behind the quarterback, behind the center thus far since, Spencer Rattler was benched during the Red River Showdown. So I just say, I'm sure Spencer will go into the portal eventually. But me personally, you just got to stick with Caleb. Right now, he's got a hot hand. His hand is on fire right now. You just got to do what's best for the team right now. And right now, Caleb is doing it. And Spencer Rattler, he had his opportunity. He kind of, choked up on a couple of those games in the beginning of the season. And that's why we may be in the situation in which we're in right now is because of how Spencer Rattler was playing and making some key mistakes. And so you just got to run with Caleb, man, and hope for the best for Spencer in the long run.
All right, y'all. So, go ahead. Okay, so basically, see, you know what, Bishop? I can't with you right now. I knew that was coming. I called it right on the money, man. I called it right on the money because, I was like, okay. He was looking through all the games. I saw this topic come up in the private chat. I was like, okay. College football, if we have to do picks, he's going to pick Tulsa over Cincinnati. Just because of them damn Oklahoma Sooners can move up in the college football playoff. That'd be funny, right? If Tulsa still win this game and Oklahoma stays at the same spot. Then you're going to be
bruh, I'm tearing up everything. Y'all won't see me Monday because I'm be done tore up all of my screens. I'm tearing up everything, bro. I ain't gonna be able to watch no more sports. I'm telling y'all right now, if we don't move up, if Tulsa was to beat Cincinnati, which they probably won't, but if Tulsa was to beat Cincinnati and we don't move up, man, I'm telling you right now.
I'm really liking that Purdue, Michigan State.
Yeah, that's a good pick by Doug.
But just to let y'all know that Purdue is dead last in college football against the run. And Michigan State has one of the top running backs for a Heisman
5 touchdowns he just scored against
in the league. So, I mean, I'm just putting it to consideration, but you just never know. It's college football. We've seen it before. Purdue upset a team before.
A couple.
We've seen this happen, so I wouldn't put it past them. So, Doug, you might be on point with this one. What you say, Nate?
It could happen.
Iowa. When they run
they did.
When they upset Iowa. Yeah, they did upset Iowa. Yeah.
They definitely upset Iowa, but
they knocked them down. Yep.
So technically, that is basically all the topics for Friday. We got through the week, the first official week of ASAP in the morning. This was fun, baby. Y'all. Doing these shows in the morning is fun. We got a whole bunch of OU trolls in here, a bunch of Laker trolls in here. A bunch of Raider trolls in here, like myself, you know.
We did.
We just hope Carson Wentz keeps succeeding in Indianapolis.
Stop it. Hey, Sean, Spotlight. Stop it.
Hey, Sean, I like that shirt. I got one just like it, man.
Say what?
I said I like that shirt you got on. I got one just like it.
I bet you do.
It's all love. It's all love. It's been real, y'all. It's been fun. Any final words before y'all head out and have a beautiful weekend? You know, it's gonna be a great weekend of sports. So any last final words before we head out of here?
Man, I just want to say, like you said, or like you stated, Spotlight, man, what a great week, man, to start off with ASAP in the morning, man, all sports, all plays, with the All Sports, All Plays Network. We had a great week, man. I had fun with all you guys this week, man. I enjoy being on the show in the morning, man. We have fun with it. We definitely have our views on different things, different topics. Hopefully we continue to get people to come on here and lead their point of view, even though some of them may be bad. I'm just waiting for that day for them Cowboy fans to jump on here, and them Cowboys and continue.
No, you was right, Cowgirls. You was right.
You're right. I thought I may have said it wrong, but anyway, I'm sure they're gonna jump on here at some point in time, and especially as we get closer to the end of the season. But y'all have a great weekend, man. Enjoy y'all weekend. Have fun. Be safe. Be blessed, man. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all.
Man, I just want to say, man, it's an honor to do this with you guys, man, and to be up here and just to vibe and just have fun, not just to talk sports, but just to laugh, joke, have fun with you guys, man, and to be a part of the Spotlight Sports Network has been it's been awesome. Just for Coach Spotlight accepting me and all of you guys welcoming with open arms. It's just, like I say, it's been awesome, man. And it's just something I always wanted to do. Talk sports with people, be a part of people podcasts and stuff, and just, you know, showing that I actually know the game. And I just really appreciate y'all for having me on. Just great vibes with all you guys, man. Hope we can all continue having fun in this success, man. But I'm definitely having a blast, man.
Definitely, as y'all just both stated, it's been a blast. Continue. Look forward to doing this 9 o'clock a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I would have loved to have gone back and forth with y'all about the Lakers situation, but time just didn't permit. But
you made sure that you made sure that don't play. You made sure that
you do Monday show.
Yeah, please do that, Spotlight.
You do what you do for Oklahoma. I do what I can for the Lakers. So, but you know, it's always been a blast. I greatly appreciate this every morning with you fellas. I look forward to continue on ASAP in the morning. Let's go,
man. It's been mad fun coming on here. You know, doing ASAP in the morning, talking with y'all. Y'all some trash talking mother effers over here. I'm sorry. I like it because you know Dante. I like to talk my ish. So I like
You're
that.
From Philly,
it's
of
fun.
course you do.
Yeah, you know I like to talk that talk.
I'm from Jersey. You're from Philly.
It's just enough said.
That's all
it's
we
enough
do.
said.
That's all we do.
That's enough said from there. But yeah, it's been mad fun being on here, and I can't wait to get back on here on Monday and talk that Philly talk that Philly Raider talk. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's go.
That's right.
So
It's been fun. It's been fun coming on here the last week, and good energy, good vibes. I always say the product of a good show. There's no dead air. I mean, we had fun, and this. I hope everyone else is entertained. And I see that a lot of good comments, and let's just keep it going. And let's kick Stephen A. off of ESPN, and let's just put this show on there. And I'm sure we could do better ratings. We could do better ratings.
They call me. For some reason they call me Baby Stephen A. But I think I'm better than him.
You are. You got him, Spot. You got him, Spot.
Tell Stephen A. to give me a call. Tell me if he want this smoke. If he watching it.
Yeah, you got him.
I'm gonna tweet him out. I'm gonna tweet him out on the Spotlight Sports Network. I want all the smoke when it comes
all
to
the
him.
smoke. Let him know. Put him on blast.
Apparently he likes Cheetos. Apparently if you go to the NBA draft and talk about Cheetos, that gets his ire going or something.
Yeah.
Just tell him to do the one chip challenge. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. But there you have it, guys. That is a week wrap up of ASAP in the morning. We will be back on Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. for other time zones. It is what it is, y'all. Make sure y'all go follow ASAP Sports Network, All Sports, All Plays on all social media platforms. Same thing for the Spotlight Sports Network. Follow us on all social media platforms. And that's basically it, y'all. We'll see y'all Monday morning. It's gonna be a lot of more topics. Got a lot of stuff is gonna go down this weekend, especially with UFC this Saturday. That's gonna be definitely something to talk about
Usman.
there. So, and Spotlight Sports Network will be live for UFC live reaction. So make sure y'all check out that as well. It is the Spotlight Sports Network. It's All Sports, All Play Sports Network. We out here, y'all. We see y'all Monday. Peace out.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.